This is a Kusarigama, a historical weapon of Japan, and it's just a chain, sickle, and weight. Very interesting to use, but this is a normal sized one, which I made from a Black Legion Kama, which I got off Bud K like a year and a half ago for $10. And I originally bought it because I was making a comparison video between the Black Legion Kama and the M48. I had a ton of footage and tests, including a ton of Kama throwing, which is rare to see, and it all got lost somehow. So, unfortunately, I didn't end up making that awesome video. So, what I did was I converted this into a Kusarigama by making a quick, cheap Home Depot trip, getting 10 to 12 feet of this nice quality chain, which they will cut for you there, and I couldn't find any good weights, so I just bought the biggest nut I could find. So, that's that. That's a normal size Kusarigama, you could say, with a long chain, but that was seen historically. And this is my hidden, concealable Kusarigama. It uses a Kagushigama from Budia, which, please, if you can help it, don't buy from him. I really don't like him, but he's the only one who makes some obscure items, such as, he makes historical kunai, which I do recommend. It's the only thing I've gotten from him, which is, actual really good quality. But beyond that, this is a mini Kama, and what I did was just took about 6 feet of paracord and tied it up. So this is what I recommend for a weight. You can get a Hanwei Kusarigama weight for about $80, with shipping. This is a 4-ounce fishing weight, which I got 4 of for about $5. Absolutely fantastic. Beats this any day. And by the way, the Hanwei one is 3 ounces. This is 4, so you're really not losing anything. And I know technically Kusarigama means chain and sickle, but I think it's understandable for this concealable one. I wanted to use rope, or in this case, paracord is the better modern alternative for better control. And there are different properties when you're using a chain versus cord. I've practiced both, and I'd much prefer this. It's just, in the case of thinking you're going to fight somebody with a sharp weapon, you need chain. This thing absolutely packs a punch, I promise. that was some basic testing you saw. I'm not saying this is anywhere near as hard as like skin or anything. This isn't like a, you know, like try hard edgy video about like me saying how good this would like beat somebody up. I'm just saying, I think this proves that this weight has a lot of power in it. I mean, this straight up, you saw it knocked it off, which isn't like the most sturdy standing, but I mean, seriously, this thing is, it's beastly. So, you have to, when you're swinging it fast, it's okay to be a baby sometimes, because that just demolished that. And the recoil is strange sometimes. It's like how when you're doing nunchucks, you're doing yourself a disservice by not training on actual targets. Because I normally don't swing that hard. I'll try to knock it over. But please be careful with this. I mean, you will straight up knock your teeth out. It's dangerous, but it is a very fun weapon and very effective. Very effective. So everybody, I wasn't going to make a video today, honestly, because of the fact that we got snow for the umpteenth time. But you know, I was outside practicing my chain weapons, and I figured some of you might want to see this. So, as you saw earlier, here is my Pocket Kusarigama. It unravels pretty quick. I mean, I assume if you're in an emergency, you could do it quicker. But I figured I'd show what I can do. I really can't show you guys any cool testing or anything. I know if I could, I would do what Theg and Gran did, which is they took a cinder block and smashed it with the Kusarigama. That was awesome, and I would totally do the same. I don't have a cinder block right now. I had two for iron palm training, and I lost them. But here you can see why I use cord on this. It's because it lets you use it like a rope dart. And in fact, I have put a kunai on here instead, and you can use it exactly like a rope dart. Instead of, you know, when you have a chain on it, you can't really shoot it the same way. Chain's a little less obedient. It's also louder and slower. But, you know, however, on the flip side, you can't, when it comes to fancy stuff like arm switching, like I'm going to try it right now. It's a bit harder with this. Like that worked fine. But when it comes to arm switching like that, it's not as easy as when you're using something like this, which is a chain whip. I'm sorry for the poor lighting. I assume the sun is like destroying me right now. But this is a normal Chinese Kung Fu chain whip. This is like the super budget one from Karate Mart. I highly recommend. And, you know, this is a bit different. Because it uses these long links instead of rope or chain. So if you're used to this, then I can't say the Pocket Kusarigama is all that worth it. I don't even know what I'm doing there. But, you know, it's just different. I really haven't practiced this long enough. As you see, I hit myself in the beginning. I'm hitting this branch. So, that was kind of lame. But I assume you saw what I meant. Yeah, chain's a little different. I've been working on my chain whip. It's not something I'm really passionate about. But anyway, this isn't a chain whip video. I'm sorry. Put this away. Yeah, as you can see, the little Kagushigama fits my hand very nicely. But basically, my thoughts on this. One, it would be an absolutely outstanding self-defense weapon. Let me be honest. I'm not like a channel like that where I talk about that stuff, but like seriously, this would be very effective for that. The only issue is, you know, state laws are really anal towards rope and chain weapons. Like, they'd probably rather have you carry a gun. So, I'm not saying you should carry it, but if you wanted to, this is probably the most practical Kusarigama you could carry. Fits in your pocket. You've got a lot of cord for binding. While I'm probably flailing around at the moment in the video, I just wanted to bring up, since I forgot, that this is actually a mostly historically accurate shinobi tool or weapon. I can't get a picture because I don't know out of which shinobi manual it actually was, but I know for a fact that miniature kama did exist and were used by shinobi, and I believe that with that, there was a miniature Kusarigama. Now, obviously, they used chain, and they used way less than I am right now. They had about 3 feet, so very close-range snaps and bindings. However, this is essentially a historical shinobi tool that I'm using right now. When it comes to actually using something like this, it depends on your tastes. Are you more the type to just hit him with the chain? In fact, in that case, maybe you should just get a chain whip. But, oh, sorry, I meant the weight. But if you're the type to just swing the weight around, then that's pretty self-explanatory. Just learn the different ways to swing it around yourself without hitting yourself, and learn how to, slow the momentum down. When it comes to using this tiny kama is not very good for actually striking. I mean, for one, you have this chain's rope, so you have to be watchful of it, but it really can't generate force because it's just like it's in your hand. So you got to kind of use it like a punch dagger, which is on the side, or optimally what you would do, again, is in sparring or if you're simulating a self-defense situation, would be to stun them with this, like hit them with it, bind them with it, so... Ooh, icy ground. And use this more as a pressure tool. Like hands, between the fingers, push in. Anything like that to cause pain or injury. You're just not going to get much done using it how you think you would, which would be to strike. If you want to strike, you got to hold it very close to the bottom. I mean, it's really hard to generate force. Although that was okay there. That's all I can really say about the use. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. If you want to use chain instead of cord, then obviously it's much more effective using it just as a ranged weapon. Because with chain, you'll have no emphasis on doing these shoots, which just personally is what I enjoy doing, or the rope dart shoots. None of the complex ones. If you want to do those ones where you shoot off your foot and stuff, I recommend getting a longer cord. Which again, then, it's like I said, any longer and you can't use this one-handed. So it's just interesting. I've probably gone on way too long for the kind of video this is. So I'll either cut to the final footage if there is any, and if not, you all have a nice day. Okay, I'm sorry that my head was cut off for most of that. I really didn't see the camera angle that well. So I gotta redo some of that footage. Let's see what I talked about. Okay, for one, when I was talking about the fact that Budia... just for one thing, if you actually are going to buy this and make it, he only grinds one side of his things. That's the one he did. So you have to grind the rest by yourself if you actually want to put any kind of edge on it, which I think looks pretty cool. He uses very soft, untempered steel, which is makes it pretty easy. What else did I talk about? So if you want to use this like a chain whip, starting further back now, I recommend that you cut this shorter. I have this at about 6 feet, a little less. I would put this like to 4 feet if you want to use like a chain whip, because there's a branch there. If you want to swing this around and get the momentum going, like you can use like a chain whip, but it's a bit too long for that at the moment. But on the flip side, for someone like me, who's using this like a rope dart, you need that length because, like, who cares if you can whip this out 4 feet? It's really not going to help you that much. I mean, it's better than nothing, but... Like, I think 6 feet is the minimum if you actually want to be whipping this towards people. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's really it. I know, didn't have much to say about it. That's all it is. It's my, it's a little project you can make, very cheap. Let's say, if you actually copied me exactly and bought this, this was about 20 bucks if I remember this. Paracord is dirt cheap. You can buy it by the foot or just in large packs. And this, again, was about $5 for a pack of 4-ounce weights. So, very cheap, very fun weapon to practice. Again, you can use it like a rope dart. You can use it like a chain whip if you want. Oh, see, this ice everywhere. I shouldn't be doing this. But, yeah, very cool. Not much else to say. Hope you enjoyed that. And if people actually like this thing, I could make a video with my real one, that one with the 12 feet of chain. Although it's a little bit less cool to watch, honestly. A bit less cool to watch. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Honestly, I'm just happy I got a video out today. I'll see you guys next time.